We're going to preview. We got a game today, so we're having a pregame show. Bulls versus Timberwolves. We're going to get into all that and some more. Have some fun. First, we got to play the intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, fam. Welcome in. We got a Bulls game going down today. First up, we got for my first season as a UK Bulls fan, tonight will be my 13th straight live stream. Staying YouTube only hours. Please play with pride and don't play greedy ISO balls. Zach and DeMar mustn't hide again tonight. That's from Talking the Turf TV. Completely agree with you. This Bulls team got to do some improvements. I said it today on today's pre-recorded episode. Just some of the things that I want to see from this Bulls team, and just to see how them improve. And like I said too, and I don't mean to be a pessimistic Bulls fan. I'm just being realistic. The Bulls could win this game, and it really don't mean anything to me, just to be honest. Like, we need to see some sustained improvement from the Chicago Bulls team before I'm really ready to say anything. Like, cool. If they get a win tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves, all right, cool. You did that. You got a win. Shout out to you for getting your first win in 4 games, right? But I need to see more than that. I don't care if they can come in here and score 200 points in a game and look like the most dominant offense in the history of basketball. But if it's not sustained, if they don't look like that, if they don't play well in some games in a row, I really don't care. I really don't care. And it sucks that I've gotten to that point. But I just have to be realistic with it. That's it. Like it's just being realistic. It only means so much. Like, this team has to have some sustained play. It took for the away coach. It took for Tom Thibodeau to want to give the Chicago Bulls fans something to have fun with, to sit there and play and give Derrick Rose some minutes so the Bulls fans in the attendance at home could cheer for Derrick Rose, because they couldn't cheer for their own team. It took for Tom Thibodeau to be aware of that and to do that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Brian Ventura in the building says, at this point, I don't care if we lose or win, to be honest. I feel you, bro. Like, until it's something sustained, I really don't care. Like, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to poo-poo if it is a win and just be like, oh, well, F it. They got to win. It don't matter. But until it's something, and if it's still something sustained, I don't care. And I don't mean they have to win like 5 in a row. Let's say they win tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They lose 1, and then they win 3 out of their next 4. At that point, you'll be 4 out of your last 6. All right, then we can start having a conversation. But it has to be something like that for me to get to the point of being excited about this Bulls team and their play. Period. That's just how I feel about it, man. And it sucks that I've gotten to this point, because most of you guys know I came in really saying, hey, listen, this Bulls team has a lot of potential. This Bulls team is going to play hard. This Bulls team is going to do that. When it started getting questionable for the Bulls season, I was one of the people saying, hey, listen, just give them some time. It may take some time for it to come along. We got to listen. We got to see. We got to see it, man, for sustain. Stop the ISO bullshit, and we could possibly win. Play as a team. Team basketball is important. I just bought that hat the other day. Yeah, I saw this. So I saw this one, and literally, so there, you guys, I have a collection. My Bulls hat is like, I'm like 45, 50 deep with Bulls hats, like real talk. But even though I see some Bulls hats that I like to design, there's very few that I'm like, no, I got to buy this absolutely right now. So it was this hat, and then I think the Bears one's upstairs. And then there was a Bears hat. There's 2 of them. There was a Bears hat that's white and gold, and then one that's black and gold. Literally, I saw those designs and I was like, no, I got to cop these now. Like, I'm not even going to wait. I've got to cop them now. I may not have wings, but tacos are the second best option. Oh, for real, especially authentic tacos, not that Taco Bell bullshit. Haize for the win, but these past few games making me lose more and more trust in this godforsaken team. Completely understand, bro. Completely understand. Kyle Talkington says, I just hope they show us something tonight. First game in a while where I almost forgot we played until about 30 minutes ago. I mean, can't even blame you there, brother. Can't even blame you there. Yeah, at this point, I just want to see a 3+ game winning streak. I feel like, seriously, we got to see something. Am I really in the mood to watch these motherfuckers give up open threes and piss me off all night after watching my GOAT clutch the World Cup, bro? Hey, at least you got that to fall back on, right? Like, you got some built-in good faith with that. That was great. That was amazing. But so yeah, I mean, hey, bro, only you can decide. Protect your peace. You got to protect your peace at all case. If protecting your peace means not watching the Chicago Bulls play bullshit ass basketball, you got to protect your peace. Protecting your peace got to come first. Game finishes about 2:20 a.m. That only guarantees at the moment is the only guarantee at this moment is inconsistency. That's crazy, but you're right. Tibbs knew exactly what. Yeah, he knew. He had to give the Bulls. Keep in mind, Tibbs has a connection to the city as well. He's given us the best Bulls run since the Jordan era, and he understood. Hey, this Bulls team just saw this team lose 2 games in a row at home. Let me give them something. Derek, go get them. At this point, I don't want to watch these games even anymore, but I know that I still will. Completely agree with you, Yoselin. Completely agree with you. We could win the game tonight. We could lose the game tonight. That's what's frustrating. We have no idea where we stand. Well, I mean, that's even if the Bulls were one of the better teams in basketball, you could win, you could lose any night. But I guess you have more faith at that point in time that there's going to be a win. But the way that I feel about it is this. I don't even know why I have my headphones on. The way I feel about it is this, man. I mean, if you're a Bulls fan, you got to be, well, let me not say you got to be, but I'm the type of Bulls fan, I'm ride or die. Like, this is not the darkest I've seen the Bulls. This isn't the worst team I've seen from the Bulls. This isn't the worst. There's nothing about this team that's been the worst that I have seen in my time as a Bulls fan. So, I'm never going to not watch the game, but I can get frustrated to sell with this team. Man, I do not feel that good about this game. I do not sign up for no 11-17 Chicago Bulls team. Well, I mean, listen. We're just different type. Like I'm baked into this fan base a little bit there. I'm wired a little bit different than people. This Bulls team can go 0-82, and I'm gonna watch every single game. And I watch every single game the year after that. That's just me, how I am as a Bulls fan. Team USA will play here in the Philippines for the 2023 FIBA World Cup. Can't wait. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Definitely gonna be fun. Time for a Hail Mary. What will it be? Some kind of shakeup? Doubt it. Will save our season. But approaching 4th down at crunch time, we have to do something. Well, no, 4th down, we're not even close to 4th down. We're not close to 4th down at all. We can say we're approaching 4th down about mid-January is when you can start saying that. Now, it's not that far off, right? We're about a month away from that. But at the end of the day, it's this it's a Hail Marys. Hail Marys rarely work. This team needs to do something calculated. And whatever they do, it has to be calculated. If they do make a trade, it has to be a calculated trade, really evaluating what this team is missing and bringing something that changes it drastically. You can't just trade for a star just to trade for a star. They have to, if nothing else has been learned from this team and the way that it's constructed, is that team construction is important. You can't just throw solid pieces at the board and just hope they stick together. I know for some people, they say, well, stars are going to figure it out. They don't always figure it out. I can't handle another Sunday where both the Bears and Bulls lose. Well, hey man, that's coming. Don't be surprised. Rudy's out, but still doesn't mean we can't take the Timberwolves lightly. We've shown we can beat or lose any game, so hoping we can get a win to start. Yeah, because they still got Anthony Edwards. Let's be clear here. As long as Anthony Edwards is on that team and he has his ability to score at the rate that he does, we've seen it, right? Look at Devin Booker and what he did to the Chicago Bulls. Anthony Edwards could absolutely do that to the Bulls with the way that they play sometimes. So to your point, you can't overlook anything in any team. Candace says, "Oh, okay, you got me." Feels like like I said, I completely understand where you're coming from. I don't want to take away from that. I completely understand where you're coming from. My boy Haize, what's good? Can the Bulls get a dub tonight, please? I hope so. I really hope so. The only consistent thing about this team the past few games is being down at the half and losing games. And that DeMar DeRozan is going to dribble 56 times and pump fake 132. Those are things you can bet on. Laxus Garcia says, the recipe for success is two-way team, at least two-way player, and it sucks that we don't have a good two-way. That's not necessarily the recipe for success. There are teams that the Miami Heat have a two-way player. They aren't that much better than the Chicago Bulls, right? So that's not just the recipe to success. I think the recipe for success is just execution. You have to execute. Whatever it is, you have to execute at those things. So, I mean, I'll say this, right? The Bulls do need to lock in defensively, especially in the first half. Their second half defense is some of the best in the league. They have to lock in defensively, and they have to play as a team. They have to play as a team. I'm very much a basketball beginner and I don't understand the game tactically yet, but when I watch other teams play as a neutral, I feel most play with more flair, structure, and fluidity than us. Fair? That is 100% fair, talking to FTV. 110% fair. This team does not play. And I talked about that a little bit on the pre-recorded episode today. Well, let me not take credit for it. Somebody asked about that in one of the mailbag voicemails, and then I kind of responded to it. But yeah, this team needs to get to playing as a team. And as long as this team does not play as a team, as long as just DeMar and Zach taking turns, it's gonna be hard. But to that other point, we also need the players when they don't have the ball to move without the ball. Little squad, that's not true. This team does take leads in the first half. They just don't hold on to it. Bulls have a pretty tough schedule coming up. Hope we don't end up 1-9 in the next games. If so, that could force their hand to make them. Listen, nothing. Let me be clear here. Nothing can force the Bulls' moves to make a hand. Nothing. There's not. This team can lose the next 10 games. Nothing forces their hand to make a move. This front office has to evaluate and see that they have to do something to improve this team, but nothing forces their hand. Because this team, even then, in this winning streak, saying that they are telling people calling for their stars that, hey, no, we believe we can make the playoffs if everybody's healthy. So nothing forces their hand. But look at the Bulls' schedule isn't that tough. You got Minnesota. We got Miami, who we already did beat. You got Atlanta, who's still beatable, still missing a couple of starters there. You got New York, who even though they beat us 2 times in a row, they're still a very beatable team. The Houston Rockets are a young, scrappy team, but they're a bad team. But then you get into a tough point. Then we got Milwaukee, Detroit, Cleveland, Brooklyn, and Philly, and Utah, and Boston. That stretch is a tough stretch at the end of December, beginning of January. But this stretch right now, there are definitely winnable games in there for the Bulls. Definitely winnable games. Sean, DeMar already pump faked 20 times while I typed this. Oh, yeah, for sure. He just pump faked 40 more. 40 more. If you ever get some unknown number that calls and hangs up, that's DeMar DeRozan pump faking on the phone. DeMar DeRozan pump fakes his inhaler while he's having it. Wow. That's a dark joke, bro. That's wow. We haven't had a pure point guard since last January, and the offense execution is so bad. That mixed with not much perimeter in the defense is a disaster. Well, again, even the pure point guard, Billy Donovan didn't use Lonzo as a pure point guard. He just didn't. He used him up as a spot-up shooter. So even then, like, the fact of the matter is we even found some success after Lonzo. This team just needs to figure out how the fuck they want to play. And Billy Donovan, as a coach, they have to figure out something. We can say all day, hey, this offense would look better with Lonzo. Okay, Lonzo isn't walking through that door. You have to change the offense then to work with the personnel you have on the court. And this coaching staff has not done that. King, the game against the Mavs was the best team win I've seen this year. No, I would disagree. I would disagree with that. The second Toronto game was the best team win we had to me, because the Mavs game, they were missing the leading scorer in the NBA and the 4th overall assist guy in the NBA. I don't take that. The best team win we had to me was that second game against Toronto, the second time we beat Boston. Those are the 2 total team games that I saw from this team. That second game against Toronto, after we lost against them, they came out with a game plan and executed. The way that they moved the ball around intentionally, not allowing for Toronto's defense to set up on DeMar DeRozan, that was a great team execution. The Mavs game, I can't take that Mavs game because that was, I mean, listen, we know what the Mavs look like without Luka. It's not a good team. Juan Miller says, I keep saying I'm not going to watch any more of this ISO crap, yet I find myself sitting down getting ready to watch. Hey, if you're a true fan, that's what it is, bro. That's definitely what it is. Was it the Magic game that made Zach pissed off and he came out playing angry for the next couple of games? What happened to that fire is my question. We got a lot of nice games on this damn team. I mean, a lot of nice players on this damn team. That's all I can say. Do you guys remember the last time we thought the Bulls were going to the finals? How times have changed. If you're C-Red Fred, you think every year the Bulls are going to go to the finals. If the organization believes in Billy, they sure believe in Vooch. So tomorrow will be the first to go, if anything. And I don't, those things have nothing to do with each other. Silk Ron, absolutely nothing to do with each other. Keep in mind too, what we found out about Billy Donovan extension was probably a Jerry Reinsdorf deal. Even Billy Donovan afterwards, when it came out talking about, I talk to Jerry Reinsdorf every day on the phone. Now, AK and Eversley did say that they do feel that it's a collaborative effort working with Billy Donovan, But I don't think that doesn't say anything to Vooch or DeMar. I don't think that says anything to them. I think that Vooch is an expiring contract, and if they look to make a big deal, they're absolutely going to try to work Vooch in that. I think also that could DeMar be? I mean, we heard that they look at DeMar as being last thing that we heard as far as DeMar is that they view Zach and DeMar as untouchable. So I don't know what that has to do with it, bro. That hope dope is. Oh, I appreciate that, fam. Definitely appreciate that. All right, what's your prediction? And how many times will DeMar pump fake tonight? Oh, easily 16,000 pump fakes. Like easily. He pump faked this 15 times just now and me talking about this. Bucks and Boston were our best games. I still got that Toronto game above those just because of how they executed. That was a hell of a game. I think I look at it like this. The Toronto game, that second Toronto game was the best game between players and coaching staff and coaching scheme. They just came out with a great scheme and executed it. What's the site that you get? I'm simple, bro. I just go to New Era or Lids. Those are only two places I typically go for my hats. I just found a new one. I was told a new one, Culture Kings, but I haven't really bought anything from them yet. But everything, I don't have no exclusive place. It's been either New Era or Lids. That's where I get my hats from. Like Zach is the best when he starts attacking the paint. It opens up our team and the shooters. Then he can work in the shooting. I agree with you. And I think that it is some trust about that knee, but we'll see. I believe DeMar is the first one to go because it's the smartest thing. Well, keep in mind, last thing that we heard is that the Bulls view DeMar DeRozan as untouchable. That's just the last thing that we heard from that. I agree with you. I would move DeMar before Vooch easily. That's what I would do, the person Haize. But looking at as somebody who looks at what this team talks about, I don't know, man. Are used to put Zach LaVine and Devin Booker neck to neck. Book has ran away with the matchup. So, yeah, I used to have Devin Booker and Zach LaVine real close to each other. And that has completely changed. Devin Booker has grown his game. Zach hasn't. Haize, we the type of Bulls fan to say I'm done with this team while never missing a game. Oh, see, I'll say that I'm pissed off at that. I would never say I'm done as a Bulls fan. You would never hear me say that. That would never come out. I would say that I'm done with this team as far as like I'm done. Like I said I was done with this team. And by that, I meant I'm done predicting wins and losses for this team. I'm done getting upset, right? I'm done petty. There's a reason you were supposed to see Petty Roosevelt in Saturday morning's episode. You know why you didn't? Because I literally woke up and I was like, honestly, this team ain't worth that energy. This team is not worth the energy of Petty Roosevelt. It's just not. P-Will should be given a bigger role in terms of shots and even have him bringing the ball up to set up plays. Agree with you. Completely agree with you. Joke was a little dark. I apologize. Let's try DeMar pump fakes a flat tire. That's better. I like that. That's better. We are just that bad team that good teams lose to this year. I mean, that's the way it could go. Haize, where can I get affordable Bulls hoodies, bro? Most of the hoodies, this is what I do. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Most of the Bulls hoodies you see me in, I buy during the summer after the season because they're on sale. That's it. That's my trick. I literally go to Fanatics, Lids, and bullstore.com. And I usually wait until after for hoodies, just hoodies, because hoodies are so expensive. Like some of the hoodies I got are literally $100, $120. I did not pay a fraction of that. Like I paid $40 for the hoodies that are $100, $120 because I'll literally wait till after the season and I'll buy hoodies and it's during the summer. So they're already on sale because it's not like it's winter. Juan Miller says, hit the like button just because that's an awesome hat. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Kendall Riviera says, the GM will say he's untouchable to keep the storm calm. In my opinion, if the Bulls keep losing, they have to bust. No, there's not. They don't. That's the thing. We as fans, get this mindset that like, oh, well, they have to do. They don't. Like literally, this front office does not have to do anything. We saw it. Like, how do we live through the Gar Forman era and then think that this front office has to do anything? We want them to. They probably should. But this team absolutely could kick the can down the road and say, hey, listen, we didn't have Lonzo Ball this summer. We think with Lonzo Ball, this team is going to look much better. So we decided not to make many moves. We're going to improve the bench in the offseason. We're going to use our $10 million mid-level exception to improve the bench again. And that's what they could do. Again, not something I would want to see. It's not the best decision. It's not a good decision. But that's absolutely the way it could go. Thoughts on bandwagon fans who started watching last year because they're winning now. When things get tough, they saying they're done with this team. They obviously didn't watch through the guard packs, and that's what I say all the time. Definitely all the time. I don't know what you're seeing, AK. Nobody ever said that when we signed DeMar. Nobody ever said, oh, we got him because we need somebody who could draw fouls. Nobody said that. I wouldn't say necessarily, but like I said before, all signs are pointing to that he's not coming back this season. I mean, Kostas Antetokounmpo is a bad basketball player. I told you guys, like, he's not good. If Carl and Rudy are out, so that leaves the question, which role player will step up in their place and go off against us tonight and probably have a career? Well, as long as they got Anthony Edwards, it can absolutely be him. And that's not a role player. King Kofu in the building says, what up, Haize? How you doing tonight, bro? I'm doing all right, man. I'm living. I'm out here living. Do you think the Bulls are going through some issues internally, like internal drama? Do you think they struggle without Zoe, or do you think they're generally trying to, unfortunately, not? No, they're not. They're trying to win. There's no point in them tanking. I don't know if there's any internal issues as far as drama, and I think the struggles are just the construction of the team overall. AK, I read you find me now. He said that that's why they may have brought him in, but nobody said, oh, this is what we needed for this team. Find me the article. Put the link. Put the article in the description if you can find it. I'm telling you, you're probably going to have a hard time because it's not out there. That's not what was said about DeMar when he came in. So, Ron, bro, I love you, bro, and you're one of the biggest supporters here. But I gotta, Ron, you just be coming up with some deals that don't make any damn sense, bro. Like I'm gotta be real with you, bro. Like literally, like sometimes you just be coming up with deals just to come up with deals' sake, and they don't be making any damn sense. We could also trade DeMar this summer for a point guard who moves over to the what, bro? What? Like, come on, man. You trying to fix a problem that's not a problem. That literally doesn't make any sense. And I love you, bro. Let me be clear here. But that does not make any sense. What are you talking about? If an old person come here saying some dumb shit, I don't start drama. I just say my opinion. You know, Alana just literally woke up and she probably immediately knocked out 2 pre-rolls. Just as she was typing, hey, y'all, she knocked out 2 pre-rolls. I would say, now I'm about to start some drama with your dumb ass. Do you got anything to say other than that dumb ass shit? Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Like, literally, do people enjoy coming into YouTube comments and being parrots?
I see you're not starting drama with the old people. Love to see it.
What the fuck are you talking about, fam? Haize, would you trade Vooch Kobe for if the Suns were dumb enough to take that trade, you take that and you run away with it. You run away with it. Salute CEO Haize, best Bulls channel on the tube. Much love and respect. Go Bulls. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Like, here's what I'll say to that. There's no better compliment than anybody can say that they feel like I'm the best. There's some great YouTube creators out there, some that I absolutely love. And And if you guys hold me in that regard, man, I appreciate it wholeheartedly, fam. Kostas is a good basketball player just because Giannis is. Then you know what? There's some fans that absolutely think that way. Absolutely think that way. Everyone had their crazy trade scenarios. My turn. Let's trade Tony Bradley for Russell Westbrook and AD. That's wild, fam. Do y'all think the Sixers will give us Maxey for DeMar and plus shut the trade? But based on this, what? Plus shut in the trade. What? I don't know what you mean by that, but I'll say doubt it. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. And even then, like Maxey's really good, but I don't know. I mean, that's a tough trade, man. That's a tough trade. Listen, bro, why you keep, I don't give a fuck what you like. Let me be clear here. This is my channel, right? Let me be clear for anybody who has any misgivings or misunderstandings about what the fuck this is. This is Chicago Bulls Central. This is me. This channel will always be a reflection of me. Therefore, I have to always be me. If people say dumbass shit, like you're starting to do, I will say they say dumbass shit. How they feel about it, I don't give two flying fucks how they feel about it. You can go over to Inside the Chicago Bulls with that bullshit. This ain't the channel for that shit. It just ain't. Good Messi got one, but wanted Neymar Jr. to get one. I mean, come on, bro. Messi's the GOAT, fam. Bring out Petty Rose, but not today, man. It's not. This ain't the day. This ain't the energy to bring it out, man. This is what we doing now. We doing trade machine trades. Zach and Kobe for Luka. What, man? Come on, fam. Come on, bro. All right, bitch. Here's what we're gonna do. Listen, I understand that your parents did not love you. I understand that. You don't need to come looking for that love here at Chicago Bulls Central. I'm going to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Right now, I want to talk about how your mama sucks at sucking dick. That's what we want. Matter of fact, that's what we're going to have. We're going to have a TED Talk. And matter of fact, and also, just because you got to shut the fuck up and listen, now you about to sit down because now you about to get put in time out a little bit. First of all, listen. Why does your mama suck dick from the side? That's what we all want to know. Like, she can't put, like, I know that she smokes cigarettes and she has that hole in her throat, but you can't put the dick in the side of your jaw. Like, we want your mama to do better, bro. We really want your mama to do better. That's what we're here for. We got 129 people in the chat to try to get your mama to do better at sucking dick. That's really what we want to see, bro. Watch yourself, fam. Watch yourself. Don't bring that shit here, bro. Like, this is not the place for that shit. I'm telling y'all, this isn't it, man. I wonder if people know how to piss Haize off like you have not seen when he called Zach's wife and she literally exposed. Oh, I almost forgot about that. That is crazy. That's crazy. Haize going off. What's the beef with? Oh, it's no beef. They just suck. Like, this is the thing. I love this franchise so much. I hate seeing somebody like inside the Chicago Bulls that you can tell doesn't watch games, that you can tell he just uses the fact that the Chicago Bulls have a worldwide fan base to try to get his shit off on YouTube. And that's why I don't respect him. The one thing, I cannot like your content, but I can fuck with you as a creator. I can respect the game as a creator. I don't respect inside the Chicago Bulls. And it's funny because one of the Facebook groups, and I mean, I don't want to expose anybody else, but we were having a conversation and they were all just like, yeah, he's a hack. And he absolutely, and people who actually watch basketball understand what Inside the Chicago Bulls does is for the people who like to just talk about trade ideas without any kind of concept, who don't actually watch the game and just watch box scores. He's the perfect channel for that because you're not going to get any depth there. And that's what it is. I swear every time I come in here, Haize roasting somebody. Like, people, I literally did, like, he started, like, I gave him 3 opportunities. Gave him 3 opportunities, man. He fucked himself over with that. Green is out officially, so Green's sitting, and Dalen is play. I think the game starts with the Windy City Breeze at 7:30, I believe. Windy City Bulls at 7:30, I believe. But yeah, Dalen's cooking down there in the G League for sure. But all right, y'all, I'm about to go ahead and shut this down. I appreciate you guys so much. I will be back at halftime, so make sure you guys are locked in for halftime. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you follow, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed as well. I love you guys, man. Go Bulls. See Red. Let's hope we get a victory today. I definitely appreciate you guys, man. Peace, y'all. Uh-oh, I can't show.